what time? Let's see what it is.
Actually, next time I'll do my best to make it bilingual, so everybody can have some information.
You mean German and French?
Actually, I meant Slovenian and Czechoslovakian.
Finally.
And we have our dear friend Wapke joining us. Hi, how are you? Good to see you. Oh, no.
It's about time. What do you think, Mamir?
Yes, sounds good. It's 10:01, 10:02. Our good friend Vincent just joined us after a long time. Hello, Vincent.
Yeah. Yeah, with a mouse. Wonderful. Big group.
Yes, I guess we can get started. Would you like to offer an introduction, Morten, how we get together to our special guest?
I think a few weeks ago, I got an email from Wapke about Andreas, and we spoke last Thursday, I guess, or Wednesday, for the first time, Andreas and me. And I read Andreas' story on the different media, which I guess is one of the reasons that you want to join today. Of course, the reason being Zhineng Qigong, which is our, let's say, our umbrella of what we want to do together. And today we have invited a special person, special guest. And his name is Andreas from Germany, Andreas Wagner. Herzlichen Willkommen, my best German. Andreas, we spoke last Wednesday about many things, but I think it's good that Amir and I will try to interview you a little bit today, if you like that. And if you want, you can share us your story. Of course, we read some on paper already, but I think it would be nice to hear and to see you telling it again, if you want.
Yes, I will try my very best. You know, my English is not so good because I learned English 35, 40 years ago in school, and I have no trainings. But we will see.
Okay.
Yes, a very warm welcome, Andreas. Can everyone see him on the big screen? Can everyone see Andreas on the big screen?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can also do a pin video. You can.
It's me.
So, Andreas, a very warm welcome. We have many friends gathered from all around the world. Friends from South America, from Argentina, Mexico, the US, from New York, California, and then Europe, and then some friends from Malaysia. So a very warm welcome, and we are just fascinated by your life story, how from being diagnosed in 1997 with multiple sclerosis, which the Western medicine says is incurable, irreversible, and progressive. As time goes on, you get worse and worse. So can you please share some of your early life story going back some years?
Yes, I will try. So my life story, I was born in 1961, so I'm 55 years old now. I went on high school, and then I became a carpenter. And in 1989, I became a professional firefighter. So I did this for a few years, and in 1997, I get sick. So stopped the job, and now I am at home, so nothing to do. No, that's not correct. I have to do many things, but I don't need go to work. Need not go to work. Yes, and the first time in December 1997, from one day to another, the sickness appeared. On the one day, I was going to work normally, and in another day, in the morning, I felt no, something doesn't work in my face. So this hängt runter, hangs down. And on the left leg, I couldn't walk and I couldn't read. So my eyes didn't work. And I went to the hospital and they didn't know what to do, sent me to another hospital, to a special hospital. But they even don't know what to do. And after 24 hours more, I was in nursing care. I couldn't eat alone. I couldn't go to the toilet alone. Nothing. Could only lay in the bed. And that was the first time. The first. How to say? Das erste Mal. It was the first time that the multiple sclerosis appears. And so I stood at the hospital 8 weeks, and then I went home, but I needed help at home too. After 2 years, I was I needed 2 years to drive a car again. So, but then it went better and better. Goes on, and in the time from 1998. After that, I have some Schübe. What do you say? Just a moment, I have to ask dictionary.
Diabetes, sugar. Christine, maybe.
Ein Schub.
Ein Schub, ja. Was ist ein Schub auf Englisch?
Oh, I think it's the same word.
Moment. I tried to look it up in the dictionary, but my PC is so slow in the moment.
That's okay. Please take your time.
Oh, I can't see you just in the moment. Please wait. So, okay, there are you. So a few weeks, everything was okay. And then I have to go to the hospital again because I couldn't walk or I couldn't see or I couldn't do anything. So, and get a lot of medicine. So up to 2010, I think. And from there on, there was another form of multiple sclerosis. Schubförmig, nicht mehr, not schubförmig. It's called progredient. Does somebody know this?
She typed in the word gradually, slowly.
Fortlaufend, schleichend means the same. Hello?
Yes, we're here.
Okay.
Take your time, please.
So it was going on very slow, but continuously. So, and the last time in first part of April in 2015, I was always sleeping 50 hours or more a day and I have no power for nothing. I could walk very slow up to 200 meters. And after that, I have to use a wheelchair. I couldn't work. I stood only at home, didn't meet friends or something like this. And then my wife came to me and she gave me a flyer where an offer of Zhineng Qigong was in. So, and I went for a 5 days workshop with Britta Stalling and Yanshe Liu. And the first day, I felt much better. So, and after 5 days, all my symptoms were gone. And now I'm doing the lift chair up. Now I'm doing the lift chair up in the evening and in the morning. Sometimes between that, I'm doing the lift chair up 2 times every day, sometimes 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. And after the workshop, the first 4 weeks after the workshop, I did the lift chair up 20 times a day. So it works.
That must be some kind of record. 20 times.
Yes, 20 times, 6 hours.
6 hours. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just fascinated by your transition from disease to health. Can you please talk about the first day of the workshop? What went on? So you had multiple sclerosis, all these other things. You were in a wheelchair, so wheeled into the workshop. What did Master Jianshe cover?
No. I was not in a wheelchair when I went to the workshop. I could walk slowly 200 meters. And I was in the workshop without a wheelchair. But when I started the journey, because I have to drive 45 minutes from home to the workshop, so I was not sure if I will arrive it, if I have enough power to arrive it. But it started and it works. And so I arrived there and I didn't know anything of Qigong. I thought it was a martial art. Yeah, and I sit down there, just open mind and see what will happen. Yeah. So, and I couldn't do the lift chair up standing up. I have to. I did it sitting the first day. But on the first day in the evening, it was much better than before. So I could drive home. I need no break. Yes, break, Pause, yeah.
Mhm.
And so when I came home, my wife was very astonished because I'm very my body was standing up upright. So when you see here on the before I had my shoulders like this, like an old man, and when I'm coming home, it wasn't this,
No.
like 10 feet tall and bulletproof. So yeah. And on the first day when they start the workshop, I didn't heard the words. I didn't know what a chi field is. I didn't know about Qigong, nothing. I didn't know nothing. So, and one of the people there said, "Wow, it's a nice chi field." And the other, "Yes, so nice, a chi field. It's so great, so strong." And I thought, "Hey, what is this? Where I am?"
Yes.
But now I can feel the chi field by myself.
Yes. I think we're just all fascinated. We have a question from Diego. Diego is saying, Andreas, how were your practice at the beginning? I want to say how, yeah, I think he explained a little bit of that, how the first day he was sitting down doing lift chi up, and then you were standing the second, third, fourth, fifth day. Then we have a question from Alex. Lift chi up 20 times a day continuously. So were you doing, Andreas, lift chi up 20 times in small segments, like some in the morning, afternoon, evening, or?
No, when I did the lift chi up, I felt much better. So all symptoms were gone. But that stays only for 5 or 10 minutes in the beginning. And then I did it again. I felt better, 10 minutes, and then I did it again. Even when I felt not so good. So when the symptoms came back after 10 minutes, I did it again. And so I did it up to 20 times.
20 times, yes. And what is the duration that you were doing lift chi up? Was it like 15 minutes that you were done, or did it take you 20 minutes?
So about 20 minutes.
About 20 minutes, yeah. Interesting. And Master Jianshe is also very big in the 8 verses. What other teachings went on that first week?
In the workshop, we did the 3 centers merge. And what else? I'm not sure. I think the wall squats.
The wall squats, okay.
So in the 3 centers merge, I did the 3 centers merge after 3 months, 4 months. So I started the 3 centers merge in the evening before I was going to bed. I did this for 3 months, but then I stopped it.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm doing only the lift chi up.
Lift chi up, yes. We have a question from Joanne. She's asking, Andres, do you feel cured, that your disease is behind you?
What's the meaning of cured?
Cured, are you well now? Are you
Yes.
free of disease? Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Sometimes I think I'm not healed, I'm not cured, because my Vergleich, das means Vergleich. So when I'm looking for what other people can and what I can, so yeah, when I want to see the difference, then in my mind is a very strong and sporty man with 40 years old. That was me before I felt sick. And now I'm 55, so I couldn't do the same things. But this is not in my mind. But when I see other people in my age, then it's normal what I can do.
Yes.
And I can do everything what they can do. So after a few weeks, after the workshop, I went in a fitness studio on the treadmill to see how far I can walk. And I was running in jogging speed by 8 kilometers an hour for 700 meters. And then I have to stop, not because of my legs won't work. I have to stop because I couldn't breathe.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's quite normal for someone who is doing nothing in sports. Yeah.
Yes. We have another question from an audience member. The webk is asking, how did your doctors react? So these doctors that treated you for almost 18 years, what was their reaction?
That was really great. No one of them would hear anything of Qigong. I was there and I offered to speak with them. I offered them to come in my courses. I offered to give information, but no one was interested in. And we have here in Germany a great organization. It's called DMSG, Deutsche Multiple Sklerose Gesellschaft.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the greatest Gesellschaft, Vereinigung, let's see, one of the greatest groups in the world for science of multiple sclerosis. And I wrote them about my healing story, but they didn't react.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we've heard similar stories also in the United States. We had a friend in California, Bianca. We had Parkinson's.
Yeah.
Much like you, very dedicated practitioner. She would practice 3 hours a day. And 15 months later, Parkinson's went away. Same thing, the doctors didn't know what to make of it. They said, oh, maybe we misdiagnosed you, or, they didn't offer, oh, please tell us how you cured. We're so excited. She was also enrolled in a study, Parkinson's study, and she wrote back, but nothing ever. Yeah, so sadly, medical profession is very skeptical when these healings take place.
So my doctors, most of them said, oh yes, spontaneous healing disappears from time to time, we know, and that was all.
Yes. And Martin has a very good question. So, people that live with disease for a long period of time, then they get well. So Martin is asking, how was your social life just before you met Zhineng Qigong? So for a period of 18 years, and did it change with Zhineng Qigong?
Yes, it changed really. Because before I met Zhineng Qigong, I was always staying at home. I was not going away with friends and didn't have much fun because I had always no power for do this. And yes, the social life was very small, was not good. Yeah. So, but now I'm on tour every time.
That's great. We have another question. Sorry, I missed Susanna's question. Andreas, have you made other changes in your life other than practicing Qigong? Have you changed your nutrition, taking more vitamins, or any other nutritional changes?
No, nothing.
No, nothing. Yeah.
No, nothing. I'm eating everything what is not running faster than me.
Yes.
And no, I've changed nothing.
Yes.
I only started to lift you up.
Yes. This is a very interesting area, what role nutrition plays in our well-being. A lot of the teachers that I've met, they say we just absorb qi from the food. You can pretty much eat anything, and they set aside all those lactose intolerant and not being able to eat pasta.
When I'm starting eating, then I give some thoughts to my food. I'm thinking this food is good for me, this food is healthy, this food tastes good, and so on. I'm put my so my opinion is well now is shit.
That's okay. You can say that.
I don't know the words. So I think in a positive way of my food. And so my food is good for me because I didn't have only the multiple sclerosis. I have also problems, really great problems with diabetics. So before I start Zhineng Qigong, I have the rescue 2, 3, sometimes 4 times a month at my home.
Yes, wow.
And this is gone too.
Yes, wow. What a story.
So now I can eat everything I like. Chocolate, sugar, doesn't matter.
Yes, great. We have a question from Diego in Argentina.
Mm-hmm.
He's saying, going back to the question of beginning, I would like to know if the practice more using the mind than the body in the beginning. Is it good to work with people who have same thing?
And the first time I did it at home with a DVD, so that I can on my screen how to move. And after 1 or 2 weeks, I did it without that. I did it in my own way. And when I start to become a teacher, the course to become a teacher, when I start this, then I heard I'm doing the lift up in a wrong way. But I did all movements, but I did it not in the correct time and in the correct Abfolge, Reihe. I started with part 3 and end with part 1, and so.
Yes.
But it works.
Yeah, it still works somehow. Yes.
Yeah. And I think the movement is one thing, but the mind is another thing, and the mind is very, very important in this.
Yes. May I ask, before you start your practice of lift chi, do you create a chi field? You say the 8 verses and then?
Yes, I say the 8 verses, but that's all. I do nothing else.
That's it, yeah. Yeah, same thing with the lady in California. She, all through the 15 months, she just watched the DVD. She would put in a DVD. She would do lift chi up and 3 centers merge. So proper technique, and it doesn't seem to matter. We have another question going back to your health. Are you still taking the medications?
No, nothing.
Nothing. Wow.
After 1 week, after 5 days at home, after the workshop, I canceled all medicines, all.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a very great thing because I had problems with osteoporosis,
Yes.
Yes. And so I became medicine for osteoporosis since 2001.
Yes.
But it was worse and worse from year to year. So, and I broke some bones, of course, of this. And so, and after the workshop, I stopped the medicine for osteoporosis too.
Oh, wow.
But I said in my mind that my bones are very healthy, that they're strong. And so, and after 1 year, I was at a doctor for a measure of the bones. And the osteoporosis is nearly gone.
Just incredible.
Yeah. So that is the only official document I have that there is a better statement.
Yes.
Of course, the other doctors won't do anything. So I ask him to make to do the measures, the diagnostics again 1 year later, but they won't.
Yes. Yeah, we're just all amazed at the rapid healing. I think, I guess at Dr. Pong's hospital, both types took place. Martin has a question for you. He's asking, do you understand why you got ill in the first place?
But I got what?
Do you understand why you got ill? What brought your illness in 1997? Do you ever think back, why me, why this?
Yes. Because, in my first life, I call it first life before, before I found Zhineng, I powered. I have 3 jobs at a time.
Yes.
So firefighting and driving a truck and one more. And I was going to parties every day and had girlfriends and doing sports, so like diving, water skiing, parachuting, and so on.
Yeah.
And there was very power. And this is one fact. I think I had no time to recover. No breaks in my life. Always power. Very much alcohol and drugs. So, and I couldn't recover in this time. This is one point. And the other point is in my when I was a child. My father died when I was 12 years old.
Oh, wow.
And when I was 30, no, I'll stop. So when I was a child, I had every time enough for eating. I had a bed to sleep in, but there was no love at home. So my mother only keeps me alive. So don't know say how. But she didn't touch me. She didn't love me. So, and when I felt sick, when I felt ill, don't know how to say.
Yes.
Then I could do nothing. But in the hospital, there were people who cares about me, and I had to do nothing. Yeah. I needn't show how good I am, how strong, how clever, or something. Yes, I home with my mother. I had to do this always, but in the hospital, I didn't do this, and there was no need to do this. They were very, very kind to me, and so I thought later, why should I give up this status? So yes, I have also in the hospital when I was ill, when I was sick, I have to eat. I have a warm bed, and I have people that cares of me.
Yes.
And that is what everyone who is sick have to ask himself.
Yes. Absolutely. Same thing with, I think all of us, those of us that have difficult life, it shows up as illness later on. Bianca Mole, again, the woman that suffered from Parkinson's, she talks about her difficult life, and she says that the emotions which we don't experience, that we suppress, show up later as disease.
Yeah.
Later in the life. Yeah. May I ask you, Andreas, about the healing that took place so rapidly? When you look back, what do you think about that? What do you attribute it to?
Sorry, I didn't get your word. Didn't understand what you see. What's the meaning of it?
The healing that took place in a very short period of time.
Yeah.
So why do you think that happened to you and not to others, perhaps in the workshop? Do you ever think?
Yeah. So When I'm doing my workshops now, and there are students,
Yeah.
Sometimes they have healings, sometimes not. And when I'm looking at the people who have no healings, and I talk to them, then they tell me often, yeah, well, when shall I do this? I have no time to do this. Or they didn't believe in the chi field.
Yes.
And so it doesn't matter if I tell them it's not only the chi field in the science, in the Western science, it's called the Higgs field. It's just the same. And the Higgs field is since 2012 bewiesen. Was heißt bewiesen? Hilft mal einer.
Proven. Proven.
Yes, proven. It's proven. Yeah. So we need no discuss about this. It's real.
Yeah.
But the people don't believe in. And sometimes they are not able to change their mind in this way.
Mm-hmm.
That's one. And what I said before, what I tried to say, that when you are sick, you have Vorteile.
Advantages.
Yes, thank you.
Hospital, nurses all around you, feeding you in a warm bed.
Yes, yeah, of course. They're loving you in a way, in a special way, yeah.
Yes.
So you don't need you don't need angestrengt. Translate, please.
Don't need to try hard.
Yes.
Yes.
And that's why some people stay in that sickness.
Yes. They get gratification, yes. The negative reinforcement. We have another question regarding your disease going back about multiple sclerosis. Question from Joanne. Did the doctors do any measurements of multiple sclerosis after you were healed?
No, they won't. I asked them for that, to do this, because in March 2015, I had a very great measurement. I stood 3 days in hospital for diagnostics. It was a really great action. And after 1 year, so you see, in March 15, I stood in the hospital. In April 15, I started Zhineng Qigong.
Yes.
And 1 year later, I went there and asked them for do the same measurements again to see what happened and how it works. But they won't do this.
Oh, wow. Yes. And what other teachers, so after that 5-day workshop, Andreas, have you taken other workshops? Have you continued your study? Have you trained with other teachers?
Yes. After the workshop in April, I started in May my teacher education. So
great.
only 4 weeks later, I started to become a teacher. And now I have second and first level.
Second and first, okay, yes. And you're so fortunate in Germany, so many teachers from China, they come and give workshops.
Yes, I met personally Leo and Anche.
Yes, great. And are you also teaching now? Are you teaching other people? Are you holding workshops?
Yes, I'm doing workshops. This only workshops for 1 day, and in the 1 day, the people learn the Lift Chi app. So they become from me a CD, so that they can do it at home.
Yes.
And offer them to come once a week in the evening, as long as they like to festigen, to Festing, was heißt Festing? Vertiefen.
Christina?
Ah, keiner weiß es.
Deepen.
To deepen?
Yes, deepen your
Okay.
practice.
Okay, to deepen the practice. Okay, they can come once a week in the evening to deepen the practice if they like. Yeah.
And Martha has a question. Do you teach anything else other than lift chi up? Do you teach the second level, the third, or do you start in level 1 and 2?
We have in the evening practice, I show them sometimes, if they like, practice from level 2, but this is only if they ask. So my favorite, my special is the lift chi up.
Lift chi up, yes.
I'm teaching the lift chi up.
Yes. Master Jianshe, I mean, he came to New York, he held 2 workshops, and that's all he does, lift chi up. And he says, just go deeper and deeper into that state. And I asked him many questions. What about some teachers say that your spine should be open, Mingmen should be open, waist rotation? He said, not needed. Just do lift chi up and go deeper and deeper.
Yes, also the lift chi up. It's when you are practicing the lift chi up every day, or sometimes more than one time a day.
Yeah.
You feel deeper. You feel things at that when you're practicing, your mind changes.
Mm-hmm.
There's a point. How to say? I'm not sure to say in German, but how to say in English?
Well, you say it in German. We have maybe someone can translate.
Yeah, no, I'm not sure to say it in German.
Oh, in
It's
German,
a
okay.
feeling. I don't know how to express. It's a feeling.
Feeling, yes. But one Master Jianshe, others say that lift chi up increases your paranormal abilities.
So what's the meaning of increases?
Increase, make it bigger, paranormal abilities.
Erhöht.
Increasing,
erhöhen.
Okay.
Do you feel that way, Andreas, that you are more intuitive now? Abilities?
Yes, although when I start Zhineng Qigong, I didn't feel the chi field. I didn't know what the others are speaking of. Can't follow them. But now I can feel the chi field. So when I'm practicing the lift chi up, my arms have their own movement going up. So that's one thing of paranormal, I'd say, for most people who didn't have their mind on this, who don't have their focus on this, they can't follow when I'm telling about this. So, and when I'm feeling the chi field, it's going on stronger and stronger. So, I have an adventure, a small adventure. When I was in a first level course, in a first level workshop for becoming a teacher, there was a girl, Karin, and she's doing the healer education.
Mm-hmm.
And I stood in the room upright, eyes closed, and sometimes she was behind me, and sometimes she was in front of me. And she pushed. I'll try to show. So give with her hands a push to me, the send energy. And every time when she did this, I lost control, and I have to go a step forward or backward so that I will not fall down. That was very, very erstaunlich. Martin, what means erstaunlich?
Yeah, I think Martin may have stepped away. He has
okay.
house guests. Anyone else? Yeah. Andres, do you also do La Chi? Master Jianxi is very big in doing La Chi for self-healing.
Yes, I'm doing lachi also sometimes. So when I'm sometimes in the supermarket, when I'm have to wait at on the kasse, when I have to pay, so when I have to wait there. So I'm standing there and I'm doing lachi sometimes, or when I'm waiting for something else.
Yeah.
So always why lachi is so simple. We can do it every time, everywhere.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Yes, and so I can switch the meditation on and off. So I don't need the 8 verses. I don't need anything. I just can start the lachi and I can stop it. And the time between some seconds, some minutes is very good for me.
Yes. We have an audience member, our friend Ishel from Turkey. Ishel, would you like to open your microphone and ask a question?
Yes. Hello. I'm very sorry. I'm in, I'm stuck
Yeah, sorry, we have
in
trouble hearing you, Ishel. Maybe a bad connection.
I didn't want to miss this event. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me all right?
It's much better now. Yeah, yeah. Please go ahead.
Oh, okay. Maybe then I to Andreas. Thank you. Right? You hear me? Okay, Amir?
Yes, go ahead. Okay.
Shall I? Okay. Just a moment, please. Amir, can you hear me? I closed the camera in order to be able to express maybe
Yes.
better. Can you hear me? Is it okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I would like to thank Andreas very much and you all for organizing this because it is very valuable to learn from experiences. I just want to ask Andreas, when he participated in the training, that 5-day training, he didn't know anything about Qi field, anything about Qi, and then he was dedicated to do lift Qi up, pour Qi down for many hours a day. So there must have been a belief somewhere that is installed in him, saying that if he continued to do as much as he can, he will be cured. Was there a belief like that? I mean, was he sort of assured that if he did it all the time, I mean, as much as he can, he will be cured out of this? Okay, thank you. This is my question.
Shall I?
Yes, please, Andreas.
Yeah. So I did it because when I did the lift Qi up, I feel better. My symptoms were gone. There was no pain. And so I did it. And after a time waiting, few minutes, 10 minutes, the symptoms, the pain came back. So I did it again. I feel good again. That was because I did it.
Yes, I think when you see the results, I have thought about that too. Then it kind of reinforces you. Same thing with the lady in California, Bianca, with Parkinson. She said that your story is very similar to her. She didn't know anything about Qigong. A friend took her to the workshop. Just like you, Andres, the first day felt relief. And that set something in her mind. It was a 3-day workshop and she bought all the material. I think when you see relief after a prolonged illness, that makes some very interesting changes in your.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank
you. We have a question from Nicole. Andres, do you feel other areas in your life have also become more balanced? For instance, relationships with your family?
Yes. before I start Zhineng, I've always, no, not always, but sometimes I have problems with money. And now I'm just what Leo say, trust and relax. Now everything will good, everything will be okay. And in the last 2 years, everything is running. I have no problems with money.
Yes.
It's very great because I don't know if I changed anything using my money, spent money. So didn't change anything, and we have no other or no better jobs or so that we earn more. But every month is okay. Month is ending, money is ending.
Yes.
Yeah, and before month leaves on, but money was still ending. And another thing is, so people can't how to say, ärgern. Niemand kann mich ärgern. Ruhiger, gelassener. Ich bin ruhiger, ich bin gelassener. I try to see if my computer gives me a chance to give the words.
More peaceful, someone said.
Moment.
People annoy you less. You get angry less.
Yes, I'm less angry.
Mm-hmm.
So, Moment. Gelassenheit.
I think all of us.
So composure or placidness means it. Aplomb, to aplomb. You know what I mean?
Yes, yes, absolutely.
Okay.
So less angry, more harmonious with.
Yes.
With
Yes.
Yes. We have a question from Martha about your training. So she's asking, did you have other training to become a teacher? So I think you mentioned Jianshin, also Master Liu. I think he's already maybe answered this. He's taken level 1 and 2 with Liu. Is that right?
Yes, I met him there with the training. I met my training with Zhineng Qigong Institute Europe.
Okay.
It's
yes.
from Anne Hering in Netherlands.
Yes.
Yes, there I met first and second level, and Leo was in the second level teaching part of this.
Yes. Yes, there's so many wonderful teachers and organizations in Germany. We have a good question from Joanne. She's asking about Lift Chi Up. Do you, when you are doing Lift Chi Up, Pour Chi Down, or Lai Chi, do you visualize exchange of energy? Are you actively, is your mind actively engaged when you're doing?
My mind, sometimes my mind follows the movements very strong. So my focus on the movements. Sometimes I have moments, a few seconds, where I'm thinking of nothing.
Mm-hmm.
There's only peace, only feeling good, feeling well, and the movement going on in this time.
Yes.
But the brain does nothing.
Yes. Empty. Yes.
It's empty. Yes.
And we have a similar question from Susanna. She's saying, Andreas, when you did Lift Chi Up, Pour Chi Down, were you at all focusing on your illness or symptoms, the Chi going to your bones, making them stronger?
Yes, and the first time I did this, but now not. At the first time, or in the first year, so better, I was thinking about the points in the body that doesn't work normal or they are not okay. So the bones, I thought about the structure of the bones to make it stronger. I'm thinking of triangles. So, of course, this is a very strong construction, and I thought this in my bones. I thought about very strong constructions. So I tried to create pictures in my mind. But what's the walking belongs. So when I couldn't walk, I was thinking of the time I was running. So I was running parkour. You know this, when you're going across the fields,
Yes.
or across the country on roofs, and so parkour. And I was thinking, or I was remember of this, because this was really fine feeling and really good. And but now I don't do this. Now I'm on a point where I don't have any focus on my body. I'm just feeling the chi going through, nothing else.
Yes, very deep experience. Yes.
But it's changed. Yeah, I started with pictures in my mind. I started with focus on the pain. I started with focus on the parts of the body who doesn't work normal. But now not. Now I'm just after part 1 and after part 2, sometimes also after part 3 in the lift G up, I'm standing still for a few seconds or a few minutes, I don't know, and I'm just feeling the chi going through.
Yes, that's what I think I have read too. It's not a good idea to focus on your particular disease. Chi is intelligent chi. It knows what's wrong with you and
Yeah.
what order to cure you, especially such complex multiple diseases like yourself. Yeah.
But you have to learn this step by step. You can do this only by practicing.
Yes. And you have any other advice for our wonderful group? Some of them suffer from multiple sclerosis. Some of them are very new to Zhineng Qigong. Would you like to speak to them?
The only thing I can say is do it. Do it as often as possible.
Yeah.
So one tip. So when you say you can't do it because you have to do so much in the day, so care for family, care for kids, or for work, or so, by work, go to the doctor, give you an illness, or a document for your illness, so that you can stay at home 1 week, and then start lift you up doing every day 20 times 1 week.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Do nothing else.
Yeah.
And then we will see.
I mean, I think of Qigong, lift Qi up, taking in small doses of medicine. So you keep on taking small doses of medicine, this internal intelligent Qi that heals you. Would you like to share a practice, Andreas? Would you like to lead a practice for our group? You can do lift Qi up or La Qi. We can all join in with you if you think appropriate.
I'm not sure how to do this now, because I have a headset. It's a very short cable. So we see.
Yeah, we see you good, and when we hear you, very good.
Do you like that I guide the lift you up?
Yes, please. That would be wonderful, Andreas. We'll get to see you. Yes, that would be great.
Okay. Start with C. I'll wet my chair. I can't see me now in the moment.
That's okay. We all see you very clearly and we hear you very well.
Okay. But I like to have the control. Oh, yes. Okay. That's good. So, yes, I'm standing in the center line. How to start? How everyone has to start to lift you up. Close my eyes. And then I'm telling me for myself the 8 verses. In German sounds like this. Die Füße sind die Erde, der Kopf ist der blaue Himmel. Der Körper ist entspannt und der Geist dehnt sich aus. Ich bin respektvoll und ruhig. Der Geist ist klar und die Haltung bescheiden. Die Gedanken sind still. Der Geist dehnt sich aus bis in die Unendlichkeit. Das Licht des Universums scheint tief in jede Zelle im Körper. Der ganze Körper ist in Harmonie mit Qi. Der kleine Finger führt die Hände, die Handflächen drehen sich nach hinten und dann nach unten. Qi loslassen nach vorn. Qi loslassen, Qi aufnehmen nach hinten. Loslassen, aufnehmen. Loslassen, aufnehmen. Drehe die Handflächen zum Körper, nach unten. Und führe die Hände nach hinten hinter den Rücken. Sende Qi an Ming Ming. Bringe die Hände zu der Bao, vor die Brust und führe die Hände nach vorn zum Horizont. Sende Qi an Yin Tang. Führe die ausgestreckten Arme am Horizont zur Seite, bis Arme und Schultern eine Linie bilden. Drehe die Handflächen nach unten, wieder nach oben und hebe die ausgestreckten Arme über den Kopf. Sende Qi an Bai Wei. Lege die Handflächen aufeinander und senke die Hände in die Betposition. Drehe die Fingerspitzen nach rechts, nach vorn, nach links, nach hinten, nach rechts, nach vorn, nach links, nach hinten, nach rechts, nach vorn, nach links, nach hinten, zur Mitte. Change direction, your left, front, right, back, left, front, right, back, left, front, right, back, center. Neige die Hände zum Horizont und schiebe die Hände nach vorn und trenne einzeln die Finger. Den kleinen, den Ringfinger, Mittelfinger, bilden ein Dreieck, richten die Hände auf und trennen die Hände auf Schulterbreite und Schulterhöhe. Heben die Schulter nach oben, hinten, unten, vorn. Oben, hinten, unten, vorn. Oben, hinten, unten, vorn. Lasse Qi los zur Seite. Nehme Qi auf zur Mitte. Loslassen. Aufnehmen. Loslassen. Aufnehmen. Führe die ausgestreckten Arme am Horizont entlang zur Seite, bis Arme und Schultern eine Linie bilden. Führe die Schultern nach oben, innen, unten, außen. Oben, innen, unten, außen. Oben, innen, unten, außen. Hebe die Hände nach oben und wieder zurück. Ski loslassen nach oben, Ski aufnehmen zurück. Loslassen, aufnehmen. Dreh die Handflächen nach oben und führe die ausgestreckten Arme über den Kopf. Sende Qi und Bai Wei. Folge dem Qi mit den Händen zur Bai Wei vor dem Gesicht entlang, vor dem Körper entlang und lege die Mittelfinger auf den Nabel. Gleite mit den Händen um die Hüfte und lege die Mittelfinger auf Ming Ming. Gleite mit den Händen an der Rückseite der Beine entlang nach unten. Lege die Hände auf die Füße und gehe mit Ming Ming nach vorn, unten, hinten, oben. Vorn, unten, hinten, oben. Vorn, unten, hinten, oben. Sammle Qi über den Füßen und komm mit den Händen an der Vorderseite der Beine entlang nach oben. Lege die Mittelfinger auf den Nabel. Entspanne die Hände neben dem Körper. Hebe die Arme seitlich am Körper, bis Arme und Schultern eine Linie bilden. Richte die Hände auf zum Himmel, führe Lagong zum Horizont und hebe die Schultern nach oben, innen, unten, außen. Oben, innen, unten, außen. Oben, innen, unten, außen. Führe die eine Handbreit nach vorn und langsam wieder zurück. Qi loslassen nach vorn, Qi aufnehmen zurück. Loslassen, aufnehmen. Führe die Hände am Horizont entlang nach vorn, bis die Hände auf Schulterbreite und Schulterhöhe sind. Schiebe Lagong nach vorn und führe die Schultern nach oben, hinten, unten, vorn. Oben, hinten, unten, vorn. Oben, hinten, unten, vorn. Führe die Hände circa eine Handbreit nach oben und langsam wieder zurück. Qi loslassen nach oben, Qi aufnehmen zurück. Loslassen, aufnehmen. Dreh die Handflächen nach oben und hebe die Hände in den Himmel. Sende Qi an Bai Wei. Bringe die Mittelfinger zu Yin Tang. Kreise über die Augenbrauen, über die Ohren nach hinten zu Yu Shen. Führe die Hände nach unten, an der Bau vorbei, zwischen die Schulterblätter und lege die Mittelfinger auf Ming Ming. Kreise mit den Händen um die Hüfte. Gleite mit den Händen an der Vorderseite der Beine entlang nach unten und lege die Hände auf die Füße. Gehe mit Ming Ming nach vorn, unten, hinten, oben. Vorn, unten, hinten, oben. Vorn, unten, hinten, oben. Sammle Qi über den Boden zu den Fersen und komm mit den Händen an der Rückseite der Beine entlang wieder nach oben. Lege die Finger auf Ming Ming. Kreise mit den Händen um die Hüfte. Lege die Finger auf den Nabel. Entspanne die Hände neben dem Körper. Hebe die Arme 45 Grad. Drehe die Handflächen nach oben. Sende Qi an Bai Wei. Senke die Hände mit den Handflächen nach unten, an den Ohren vorbei auf die Schultern. Neige die Ellbogen, drehe die Handflächen nach vorn. Führe die rechte Hand nach vorn zum Horizont. Handfläche nach unten, nach links, schöpfe Qi nach links. Bei 90 Grad lege den Daumen auf Zhonghui. Geh weiter über die Schulter. Und beim Zurückkommen geh mit dem Mittelfinger auf Qi-Fu und das Schlüsselbein. Die linke Hand geht nach vorn, nach unten zum Horizont und schöpfen Qi nach rechts. Den Daumen auf Zhonghui, über die Schulter und beim Zurückkommen mit dem Finger auf Qi-Fu. Atmen 3-mal tief und kräftig ein. Beim Einatmen drücken wir auf Qi-Fu, beim Ausatmen entspannen. Ein, aus. Entspannen die Hände, formen die Lotusblüte. Lassen Qi durch den Kelch fließen, durch die Arme zum mittleren Dantian. Legen die Handflächen aufeinander in die Betposition. Kreisen nach rechts, vorn, links, hinten. Rechts, vorn, links, hinten. Rechts, vorn, links, hinten, zur Mitte. Nach links, vorn, rechts, hinten. Links, vorn, rechts, hinten. Links, vorn, rechts, hinten, zur Mitte. Führen die Hände nach oben in den Himmel, trennen einzeln die Finger. Drehen die Handfläche nach außen, senken die Arme zum Horizont. Schöpfen Qi nach vorn. Tragen Qi zu der Bau. Senden Qi ans mittlere Dantian. Strecken die Arme weiter durch nach hinten. Kreisen mit den ausgestreckten Armen um den Körper. Legen die Lagong-Punkte übereinander und führen die Hände auf den Nabel. Entspannen die Hände neben dem Körper. Öffnen die Augen und fühlen das Lächeln in uns.
Just wonderful, Andreas. Just wonderful. Thank you.
Yeah, this was a high-speed version.
It's so good to see you do the practice. It connects us how you did it, and the recovery is wonderful for us to see it. And to hear it in German sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, normally I'm doing it. So when I'm teaching, when a group of students, I need more words. So it's slower,
Yes.
not so fast as now. But you all know this, yeah. You are doing it by yourself, so I I need not so much words.
Yes. There are a lot of words in this lift Qi up. Yes. Are there any other questions? Otherwise, we will close the meeting. And what's a good way to contact you, Andreas? If anyone here, can we publish your email? And then I think we also have a link to your website.
Yes, you can contact me by my website. So with email.
Okay.
And we can see if we do then a private Zoom meeting.
Yes. So if anyone is interested in working with Andreas privately, please contact him. Zoom is just a wonderful medium. It's just like being face to face, and you can make a recording.
So has everyone my homepage address?
It's listed on our Facebook page. I will take the point to do it again. Your website, also your Facebook, maybe your email, and they would love to.
So if you like, contact me by email, and I will buy Zoom software in a few days, tomorrow or so, and then we can have a private Zoom meeting.
Yes.
For more questions. Then.
Yes, Zoom is just a wonderful medium. I will unmute everyone. You can.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you all. Thank you, Martin.
Thank you. Good night. Good night.
bijna is het niet aan het reageren.
Thank you, Amil Lao Sư.
You're welcome, dear friends.
Good night.
Thank you, Amir.